Hello, everyone. I'm Larysa, happiness archaeologist of LarysaV.com. And here we have,
Amy Rowland of Pangea Biological.
so tell us a bit about your story.
So I've been a wildlife biologist for 31 years, and as a child, I dreamed of being a veterinarian. And my grandmother actually inspired me a bit. She went through eighth grade, and she was an expert birder, and so she taught me about birds was when I was a young child. So I had this real fascination of wildlife and nature. And then I went to college and I decided to become a wildlife biologist. And I wanted to do something good for the environment. And so that's one of the reasons why I chose the career I did.
Wonderful. And can you tell us about this mentor that you had?
When I graduated from college and I moved to California, I was not familiar with the California resources, and a wonderful biologist who was a raptor expert and an eagle expert took me under his wing to teach me all about birds and owls and other all about nature in California. And so he took me under his wing and he taught me so many of the things that I know today. And I'm really grateful for that experience with him.
Sounds like a great leader he was in your life.
Yes.
So tell us about your company.
So our company, we support the energy industry. So we're all environmental scientists or biologists, and we do surveys for endangered species and both plants and wildlife. We survey for wetlands and waters, and basically we help our energy partners to avoid impacting environmental resources when they're building their projects like solar, wind, battery storage, electric, and gas projects. So we're kind of like, some people think of us as the environmental police, helping to make sure that they're following the rules. And we really look to help them avoid making mistakes instead of watching them make mistakes.
Well, that sounds very important work.
It is.
And you mentioned some companies that you like that are sustainable or are good at recycling.
Yes. So just obviously, because we have a care for the environment, I do and always have. There's certain companies that I really like to help, or that I believe do a really great job of protecting the environment. And Patagonia is one. I just think such an inspiring company. And some of the things they do is using they repurpose products to make the the clothes and other things that we get, as well as North Face is a wonderful company. And so I think it's really important when you're in the world to try to make a difference. And some of these other companies are really making a big difference. And I think we all have a responsibility to make a difference too.
So speaking of being responsible, what are a few things that we can do in our own lives to
That's a great question. So I always say reuse, repurpose, and recycle. So I think it's always great to buy your clothing from thrift stores, because I think, somebody's cast off might be your next hot item that you can have in your closet. Also, recycling is key. So recycle all the things that you can recycle. Also, composting food scraps. So making sure that you're composting, put them into a compost, doing worm castings, and again, planting your own fruits and vegetables. Also, I want to say with the water drought and climate change, I think it's really important to be really um, be sensitive to the water use that you have going on in your house. And so when you're waiting for the shower to heat up, you can put a 5-gallon bucket in the shower, let the water fill up, and then you can use that to water your plants and garden. Also, when you're washing your vegetables, make sure that you're not just washing one vegetable at a time, but you take all that water and you again use that for the garden. So I think there's a lot of things that you can do to make it better. And using products like not throwaway products. So I think, and thinking a lot about plastics, not using things that require plastics.
that's all great advice. And so if people want to work with you, how do they get in touch?
They get in touch with me at www.pangeabiological.com.
And how do you spell that in case we need it?
Pangea biological.com.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your wisdom.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
What a delight.
It was wonderful for me too. Thank you so much. This is Larysa, happiness archaeologist, signing off. Peace be with you.